Hello everyone. So in the last session we were studying about the non-chordata and we have come across the 9 phylums. So in this session we are going to study about the chordata. Right, two major groups. The one is we have completed is non-chordata, and now we are going to study about the chordata. So the chordata, this group, it consists of 3 subphylum. One is Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. See how many classes are there, how many phylums are there in kingdom animals, right? So now we are in the vertebrata. So we are in the chordata. The chordata group consists of 3 subphylums: Urochordata, Cephalochordata and Vertebrata. The Urochordata and Cephalochordata, so these subphylum consists of the notochord, but here some exceptions are there. Only at the larval stage of these subphylum animals they possess the vertebral column or notochord, but here in the Cephalochordata, the animals belongs to Cephalochordata, they will possess the vertebral column or notochord throughout their life. And now we will see or we will describe the classification of vertebrata. The vertebrata subphylum, again it grouped or it classified into 2 major groups. One is Agnatha and Gnathostomata. So what is Agnatha and what is Gnathostomata? On what basis they have classified the Agnatha and Gnathostomata in the subphylum Vertebrata? So remember, one more thing I should tell here, the Vertebrata, whatever the animals comes under this subphylum, they'll be having the notochord, right? So here Agnatha, they are jawless animals, but here it bears jaws. It bears jaws. Only one class comes under the Agnatha, that is Cyclostomata. The Cyclostomata class, in this class if we start reading the animals like Petromyzon, Myxis, so these are all the few animals, like they are marine form, alright. So the Petromyzon, this is one animal which doesn't have any jaws. It have a circular mouth and it is known as an ectoparasite. It lives on other fishes, okay, and it sucks the nourishes from that fish. So that is all about the Agnatha animal or Agnatha group. Now coming to the Gnathostomata, the animals which have jaws, it has been put in one more, what is that, group, that is Gnathostomata. The jaws, it will be in the form of beak, or it will be in the form of teeth, or it will be in the form of fins. So whatever it is there, so those animals comes under the group Gnathostomata. The Gnathostomata, here it consists of let me tell you, the main superclass, if we call it as the superclass, comes under the subphylum what is that, Vertebrata, this Gnathostomata. One is Pisces, one more is Tetrapoda. Pisces, the name itself saying, the fishes, it includes the fishes, whatever the fishes are there, no, like freshwater or marine water. So those water bodies, fishes comes under this superclass. And the tetrapoda, it consists of 4 more classes. One is class Amphibia, class Reptilia, class Aves, and class Mammalia. So here also in the Pisces, it consists of 2 classes. One is Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. The Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes, these are the 2 classes comes under the superclass Pisces. So the Pisces, it bear fins, and here it bears appendages and jaws, everything. Now, so slightly will describe the Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. Let me tell you the very most important difference between Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. I'll start taking one example of these 2 classes. The Chondrichthyes, in the class Chondrichthyes, one example, and this is very most common and you know very well about that. That is shark. And one more fish is dogfish. And a few of the fishes you might have heard, the stingray and the electric fish. So these are all the fishes comes under the Chondrichthyes class. It means, how can we describe the habitat of Chondrichthyes? The habitat is, they are purely marine form, and the mouth is present at the ventral surface, and it possesses 2 chambers. What 2 chambers? Heart consists of 2 chambers, one auricle and one ventricle. And then next, the skin is rough and the jaws are very much hard, and the gill slits are open. They are not covered by any operculum. The scales are placoid. Right. So, but if we start describing the, let me tell you a few more examples here. As I told you, the shark is the one example which comes under the Chondrichthyes class, and few more are dogfish, Carcharodon, Pristis. See, these are all the fishes comes under the class Chondrichthyes. Now coming to the Osteichthyes, this class animals like fishes, they both found in freshwater and marine water. The freshwater fishes like rohu, catla, so these are all the fishes comes under magur. So these are all the fishes comes under the class Osteichthyes. Not only the freshwater fishes, but also what we used to put it in the aquarium fishes like fighting fish or angel fish. All these fishes are comes under the class Osteichthyes. And you might have heard about the flying fish. So that flying fish also the comes under the class Osteichthyes. So what are the description what we told about the Chondrichthyes, like it possesses 2 chamber heart, and the scales are placoid, and like that. If we start describing about the Osteichthyes, they are, as I told you, the habitat is marine and freshwater bodies. They found in marine water body and freshwater body, and the mouth is mostly at the terminal position. I have one fish here. See, the species is Labiorohita. So at the anterior position, or at this position, mouth is present, and the fins and the scales are cycloid or ctenoid scales, we can call it as. And here the gill slits are covered by operculum, but that operculum is absent in Chondrichthyes class. So next is here Chondrichthyes, example Catla, rohu, fighting fish and flying fish. All these fishes comes under class Osteichthyes. Alright, so if we start moving forward, if we start describing the superclass Tetrapoda, the tetra and poda. Tetra means what? 4. Poda means what? Appendages. Do you really think like all these classes, whatever the animals comes under these classes, they do they possess the 4 limbs? Is that really the truth matter? Few exceptions are there. Like for example, class Reptilia, whatever the animals comes under the class Reptilia. For example, snake, they do not have any limbs. How they locomote? They locomote by means of creeping or crawling mode of locomotion. So like that, some exceptions are there, but maximum 90% of the animals will be having the 4 appendages. How? We'll see now. The class Amphibia, dual or both, amphibia, life, both life, or on both the surfaces the life exists. Which surfaces? On the water surface and also on the soil surface. One example for amphibia is frog and toad and salamander and ichthyophis. All these animals comes under the class Amphibia, and the body is divided into head and trunk. If we take the example of frog, the frog, it respires through the skin. It has a tympanum, and the ear are covered by eyelids. Sorry, eyes are covered by eyelids. Right. So, and the amphibian animals, the sexes are separate. Sexes are separate means male and female animals are separate. Fertilization is internal, and they are viviparous animals. Viviparous animals means, you might have heard about the viviparous and viviparous. Viviparous means the animals which lay eggs. Viviparous means the animals which give birth to young ones. So that is the difference between vivi and vivi. Here the class Amphibia, they are viviparous. Whatever the animals comes under this class, they are viviparous animals, and the reproduction takes place by means of sexual. And coming to the class Reptilia, as I told you, class Reptilia, one example I gave you, no. So class Reptilia, it includes turtle, tortoise, crocodile, and then snakes. All these, one more thing, garden lizard, wall lizard. So all these comes under the class Reptilia. The class Reptilia, one species we have, so that is Rana tigrina. It means a frog. The frog, so this is the amphibia, class Amphibia, what we are telling here. No, we doesn't have any species with us. Okay, I'll show you this species, the Rana tigrina. So don't get confused. The Rana tigrina, it belongs to the class Amphibia. Okay, so the class Reptilia. The class Reptilia, I'll show you, I'll tell you. So as I told you, here it has two pair of limbs and ears covered by eyelids. They respire through the skin and ventral mouth. You can see that ventral mouth. And then now we were studying about the Reptilia, right? So if we start describing the class Reptilia, the name came from, it is a Greek word, and the Reptilia, the name, it itself says creeping or crawling. As like the name says, most of the animals comes under this Reptilia. Their mode of locomotion is creeping and crawling. If the limbs are present, the limbs are of two pairs. Like limbed animals are like turtle and tortoise and garden lizard and wall lizard. Alright, so next is the class Reptilia. These here also animals are oviparous animals, and they have the fertilization. They have the sexes are separate. Fertilization is internal. Oviparous type of animals they are. And the very most important, it's not important, it's a unique feature. It is the lizard and snakes, they shed their scale. So that is one unique feature it has. And all the animals comes under the Reptilia. They have 3-chamber heart, except crocodile. The crocodile, it consists of 4 chambers. If we go to the 3-chamber heart, how we can differentiate? As you know, our heart is having 2 auricle and 2 ventricles, right? But Reptilia animals, they'll have only 2 auricle and 1 ventricle, but only crocodiles, they'll be having 4 chambers. Right. So next is class Aves. Class Aves. I guess I need not to tell much about this, but it's my duty. So class Aves, the class Aves animals are, they'll be like crow, pigeon, peacock and parrot, ostrich. So these are all the animals or birds, we can say, comes under this class. The body is covered by feathers. Few are like out of 2 pair of limbs, the 4 limbs are modified into wings, and hind limbs are meant for swimming, walking and holding the tree branches. So these are all the features of class Aves. The flightless bird is ostrich. I guess if you remember in the first session of the biology of this bridge course, I mentioned the ostrich. Ostrich egg is known as a very large, whatever it consists of cell. So that cell, that cell is known as a very big cell, largest cell. Okay, so here aves are like the birds are. These are like the characteristic feature is oviparous. The birds are oviparous, as you know, and the mouth or the jaw, what we was talking here, no. So the jaws are modified into beak. And the next is they have a very lightweight body, and the bones are the main bone, the largest bone is hollow in nature or pneumatic bone. Hollow means which will be easier to fly. The body is not much heavier. The body is very light in weight so that they can fly easily. So the next is the class F's. As I told you, the examples. After the class F, we are going to study about the class Mammalia. The Mammalia, I want to start the habitat of these mammalians. The habitat is right from the polar ice cliffs, deserts, grasslands, and the soil surface, water bodies. In all the habitats, the mammalian animals are present. The class Mammalia, they have a well differentiated jaws. The unique feature, why it is known as Mammalia? Because here in this group or in this class, they possess the milk glands. Through that they can nourish the young ones, mammary gland. And class Mammalia, it consists of this class mammalian animals. They will be having the placenta. Where it will be? The placenta, it is a connecting link between the fetus and the mother. Through that it can pass the nutritious product from the mother to the fetus, and whatever the fetus excretes the waste material, through that placenta it excretes, and through the mother's body it expels from the body. Okay. And class Mammalia, if I start telling the examples of class Mammalia, here it comes monkey, dog, cat, tiger, lion, elephant, we people, human beings, and blue whale, and bat. Here we are having a bat species with us. So bat. So you can see the species. The bat comes under the class Mammalia. All these are known as mammalian animals, or comes under class Mammalia. With this we have completed all the classification of kingdom Animalia. So it is little bit wider, bigger. So we have completed very briefly by telling all the brief description. We have completed this. In the next class, we'll take the next concept. Thank you.